Today, we're diving into something that is, well, it's probably sitting right there on your kitchen counter as we speak. Yup, the humble banana. We grab them, we peel them, we eat them without a second thought. But nature is actually hiding this absolutely mind-blowing story of biology and survival right under our noses. So let's just jump right in and see how this everyday fruit actually pulls off a botanical masterpiece. Section 1. The Great Banana Deception. Okay, so I want to start off by throwing a super simple question your way. What kind of tree does a banana grow on? Go ahead, really think about it for a second. It kind of feels like a trick question, right? I mean, if I ask you where apples come from, you say an apple tree. Oranges? An orange tree. So obviously bananas must grow on a banana tree. It's literally the most intuitive answer in the world. And yet, it is completely 100% wrong. That plant we're all picturing in our heads right now, that towering green giant with massive leaves swaying in the tropical breeze, yeah, it's not actually a tree at all. Scientifically speaking, the banana plant is a giant herb. Honestly, it has way more in common with that little pot of basil or mint sitting in your garden than it does with a mighty oak or pine tree. Crazy, right? So let's break down the actual physical differences here. A true tree has a trunk made of solid, hard wood. That's exactly what gives it that rigid structure to stand tall year after year. But a banana plant, its column operates in a totally different way. What our brains perceive as this sturdy wooden trunk is actually just a bundle of tightly packed leaf bases. The plant is essentially wrapping its own leaves around itself over and over again. It does this so tightly that it completely fools our eyes into seeing a solid trunk. But since it's literally just leaf material, it's way, way softer than actual wood. It is an absolute masterclass in biological mimicry. Which brings us to Section 2, the one-hit wonder. Now, what is really fascinating to me is the sheer singular focus of this giant herb. Think about an apple tree. It pushes out fruit year after year for decades, right? Well, a banana plant is built to do exactly one big task in its entire lifetime. Just one. Its entire mission on this earth is to push out one single flower stalk and from that make exactly one bunch of bananas. That's the whole shebang. The entire existence of that massive towering stem is totally dedicated to this one singular moment of production. And as you can probably guess, it requires just an immense, almost unimaginable amount of energy to push that heavy flower stalk out and develop those fruits we love to eat. And that brings us to a really crucial scientific term, monocarpic. So a monocarpic plant is basically one where its single stem flowers exactly once, fruits exactly once, and then it just stops. It makes the ultimate sacrifice. All that growing, all that packing of leaf bases to build that fake trunk we talked about, all the water and sunlight it spent months absorbing, it's all a one-way street ending in a single magnificent harvest. Let's just walk step by step through this journey. First up, you have this massive energy expenditure. Producing a heavy, nutrient-dense bunch of bananas literally drains the plant. Second, we get the fruit formation. Third, the glorious harvest we've been waiting for. But step 4 is where things fundamentally change. Because once that single bunch is harvested, the main stem is completely done. It's fulfilled its biological destiny, and it simply has zero reason to keep growing. So the stem just gradually withers, collapses, and dies back. It's a beautifully tragic end for a very hard-working stem. Section 3. Nature's Relay Race. Okay, so here is the twist, and it's a really crucial point. The banana plant does not actually disappear. You might look at a harvested field and see all these withered, dying stems and think, well, the crop is gone. But the real magic, the true survival mechanism of this giant herb is happening entirely out of sight, safely hidden away beneath the soil. Let's unveil how this rebirth actually works. The underground secret lies in something called the corm. Now, the corm is this thick, robust, energy-storing base hiding under the ground. Honestly, it's the true heart of the banana plant. And while that main stem above ground is dying back after fruiting, this hidden corm is already super busy at work. It starts pushing up new life in the form of what botanists actually call suckers. These suckers are fresh, brand new shoots that just keep growing up from the base, eager to reach for the sun. And right here is where a really cool human partnership enters the cycle. Banana farmers know exactly how this underground magic works. As the old stem is dying off, farmers will look at all those new shoots popping up around the base, and they'll carefully select one really strong sucker. They basically choose the most vigorous shoot to become the next fruit and plant, nurturing it to take over the massive responsibility from the previous generation. This whole continuous cycle is just perfectly captured by this idea. While one stem dies, the banana patch continues like a relay race, with new stems taking over. I mean, I absolutely love that imagery. The monocarpic stem runs its lap, expends literally all its energy to pass the baton, which is the energy in the corm, and then it bows out so the next sucker can run its lap. It is just this continuous, unbroken chain of life, sacrifice, and rebirth. Which brings us to our final thought for today's explainer. We've uncovered the deception of the fake tree, right? We've witnessed the tragedy of the one-hit monocarpic wonder, and we've discovered the hidden, underground engine that keeps a whole farm alive. So I'm going to leave you with this question. Next time you peel open a banana on your kitchen counter, will you just taste a simple piece of fruit, or will you taste the relay race? Will you appreciate the incredible hidden drama of sacrifice and rebirth that made that single bite possible? Thank you so much for joining